Everybody, Moshe Kafri is a Difference Maker dog trainer. Today I'm going to talk about how to pick up the right dog trainer for yourself and your dog. When it comes to dog training in America, this profession is not regulated. So anybody can call himself a dog trainer. So you need to really do your research, to do your due diligence in order to pick the right dog trainer for you and for your dog. So what is so important in picking up a dog trainer? Well, the first thing I'll ask for is credentials. Can you give me some telephone numbers of people that you train their dogs for them? Either you are in training as we speak or already you train their dogs. Second, there is any videos of you training dogs that I can watch. All of those things are very, very important. How do you train? What methods do you use? Now, the reasons that I decided to do this video is because every second or third call that I get goes like this. Hey, listen, I had 2 dog trainers. They couldn't train my dog. So I hired a dog behaviorist. He couldn't train my dog. So I hired a dog psychologist. He couldn't train my dog. Now my vet put him on about 3-4 medications, and when the medication is working, the dog is okay, but when it wears out, he's back to his old habits. My dog is biting everybody, he lunges at people, he attacks dogs, he attacks people. I have a big problem. Can you help me? That's why it's important to know who you pick up to be your dog trainer.
And I had 2 trainers with this girl, and it didn't work. One used a clicker method with treats, and that didn't work. And the other one tried to teach her with treats only, and that didn't work. One trainer that I had didn't work. It was all treats, and she told us to read books. And it was reading books about guarding their things, I think, resource guarding. Anyhow, the trainer didn't work, didn't refund money, and we got burned. Two trainers and a vet. So 3 people told me she was untrainable. One vet even said I might have to euthanize her. He said, I want to be honest, since she's so untrainable, if she bites somebody, she'll have to be euthanized. So thank you, Moshe. You saved another dog.
Hi, my name is Tracy, and we had a dog that had a lot of problems with our family and friends. She was jumping on everybody, and I couldn't get her to stop. I tried positive reinforcement training, and that didn't work. The dog was completely confused. She didn't understand what we wanted her to do. We tried a holistic trainer, and she was very firm on the positive reinforcement with the dog. So if the dog ran up to somebody and was starting to jump on her, what we needed to do was to have the person turn their back, and when the dog eventually stopped, we were to reward her with a treat. Well, it backfired on us because instead of the dog jumping up on the front of people, when we turned our back, she was jumping up on the backs of people. So it did not work whatsoever. The dog was completely confused.
So, Tanya, why did you call me?
Because I thought I had a dog who was housebroken and semi-trained. She's not. She's wild. She goes in the house even after she's been outside. Right away she'll come in and go in the house. So I know she's not housebroken.
So the breeder told you that the dog was housebroken?
Yeah, she told me the dog was housebroken, and I made that crystal clear. I had to have her housebroken.
We were talking and that you were a trainer, and I'd let you know that at that point we'd been through 2 trainers, whose names I will not mention, but who were very nice people, but did not help Charlie at all overcome his fears, and he was still very aggressive towards every single person that would come to the house. Something on the table and make a sudden movement, and then Charlie would freak out, and he would start lunging for him and barking viciously. So
basically what we did, we worked on aggression, which you hired me to begin with, to solve. After 2 trainers failed to do that,
yep,
and we solved it completely.
We did try a number of trainers to work with Jay to get him over the fear of other dogs and be compatible when we're out and about. However, we had very little luck until Moshi. And,
Now, why some trainers are very successful in training dogs and some trainers are not so successful in training? There is no such a thing as partially trained dogs. Either the dog is fully trained and obey you, or he is not. There is no in between. No matter what kind of dog training you need, either it's basic obedience, or advanced obedience, or service dog, or protection dog, or if we need to train an aggressive dog, you need the right trainers that can get you the results that you want. That at the end of the process, the dog will be trained, period. No ifs, no buts. There is a lot of dog training courses in America. Some trainers take them in a university and become dog behaviorists or dog psychologists. Some take it with private companies. Some take it with individuals. It's really important to look how they learn to train dogs. When it comes to universities or some of the companies that train dogs, when you take the course, you work with their own dogs. When you work with their own dogs that are already trained, the dogs know and anticipate what comes next, so your training will lack. The preferred way to learn dog training is to work with real dogs that were never trained before, with puppies, or dogs that came from a shelter, or dogs that came from a breeder that needs training but have no prior training before. Now, if you work with a dog trainer that work with this type of dogs in the real world, you'll get the best results. Because those dogs are not conditioned already for years by students that work with them day after day, year after year. It's very different. When you go and train other people dogs in the real world, okay, with trainers like this you learn the most. Each case represents a new challenge for you. But this is the best way to learn and train dogs. The bottom line is how you pick up the right dog trainer for you that can get the job done and get you the results that you want. When somebody comes to me and wants me to train his dog, the first thing that I'll tell him is, I want you to go and watch some videos of me training dogs on my YouTube channel. You'll be able to understand how I train, what methods I use, what people think about my training, and how successful I am. The second thing I say to people, let me give you some phone numbers of people that are in training with their dogs right now, or dogs that are already trained, and you can talk to the owners and get an impartial opinion about how successful I am with their dog training. The third thing that I tell people is make an educated decision. Check several trainers and make sure you feel comfortable with their training methods and they can work for you and deliver results. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is what is most important. Can I train your dog to your satisfaction? Are you going to be happy when I'm done training your dog with you? Here is the deal. You doubt my ability to train this dog. And I understand that. That's fine. Because for me it's a challenge. And I understand that you think that because she's impaired, it's going to be tough. But here's the deal. If I'm not able to train the dog to your satisfaction, that you look at me and say, I'm really happy with the results, and if it takes more than 5-6 lessons, it's fine. I'll keep coming until you tell me, thank you, Moshi, you are the best in the West, you did a great job for me. I guarantee the work that I do with the dog, as long as the owner does there twice a day, 20 minutes, because I come out once a week. So I'm happy that you challenge me like this, but let's say I failed, right? I'll pay you every penny back. Fair deal?
That sounds fair to me.
Okay. So I will not keep a penny if I was not successful to your satisfaction. Fair enough?
That's fair enough.
Okay.
You're gonna put that in writing for me?
If you know what?
Got it on film?
I'll let
We got it on tape, but
Not only we
you
got it
want
on
the tape.
Yeah, we got it on tape, but
Yeah.
if you want me to sign and write, you write it and I'll sign it.
Yeah.
Fair
Okay.
enough?
That's fair.
Here you go.
That's very fair. Thank you.
You're welcome. So are we ready to go?
Yes.
Start?
We're ready to start.
Awesome. Let's go. Now, I don't train just in Colorado. I train all over United States and the world via video camera. So, with this being said, until next time, the difference maker dog trainer Moshe Kafri at your service.